Creating a wet room is an easy process as long as you read thoroughly and follow the simple installation instructions that come with the kit. First, check the pack contents to ensure you have all of the items necessary for the installation process and thoroughly read the instructions before installing. Make sure that the walls and flooring in the work area are free from dirt and nails, and that the floor coverings and skirting have been removed. If you have existing walls covered with plaster or plasterboard, use PURUS primer to seal the walls. If the walls are not covered as shown, then clad the walls with panels or plasterboard and coat with PURUS primer and allow to cure. Always ensure that you do not apply any PURUS primer to the tray. Using a spirit level, check that the floor is level. If it is plus or minus 5 mm per metre, this is acceptable. Lay out the tray where required. Using a marker pen, mark the area in the centre of the tray. Once you've marked out the area, remove the tray and put to one side. Then add 3 mm to all edges of the drawn line. Using a circular saw with the cutting depth set to the depth of the floor, cut out the marked area on the floor. Be careful not to cut into the joists. Make sure that at least 3 floorboards are showing. Now install supports so the rest of the installation brackets are supported all the way round. Use the 4 mm adjuster pieces for 22 mm floorboards. Place the joist installation brackets onto the joists and place the gully exactly on top. The linear waist needs to be 10 mm above the floorboards when it is fixed. Put the drain in position and check it is 10 mm above the floor and it is flat. Lay the tray into position to ensure that it fits correctly around the drain. Remove the tray. It is at this point that you connect the waste outlet to the drainage. Then securely screw through the flange of the gully and the installation brackets to the joists with the screws provided, ensuring both ends are screwed into joists or supports. Then apply either the compound adhesive in 50 mm lines as a 3 mm by 5 mm bead on the floorboards, or a 3 mm bed of tile adhesive to cover the area of the tray. Lay the tray into position. Countersink and then screw the tray down to the floorboards at 15 cm intervals. Ensure you avoid any pipework, cables or surfaces. Then level the room with either 18 mm marine ply or an appropriate tile backer board. Then apply the MS polymer to the gaps between the drain and tray. To the tray and wall, to the tray and floor, smoothing down as you go. Allow the MS polymer to tack over for at least 60 minutes. This will depend on your site conditions. Ensure all the gaps are totally filled. From the tanking kit, dry cut the grey tape before applying any PURUS to it. Once all of the pieces are cut to size, using a roller or small brush, apply the PURUS to the wall and tray joints. Apply the grey tape whilst the PURUS is still wet and firmly smooth down the tape as you go along, ensuring there are no air pockets or ridges. Always remember that a joint is a weak point, so ensure all joints are taped. Then take the membrane gasket and check to see if it fits. Apply the PURUS up to the edge of the grate frame and to the tray so the PURUS overlaps the membrane gasket. Whilst the PURUS is still wet, apply the membrane gasket so it is centred and firmly smooth down, ensuring there are no air pockets or ridges. Now allow to dry for 3 hours. Now cover the whole tray, tapes and walls with 1 coat of PURUS and allow to dry for at least 3 hours. Once dry, apply a second coat. Leave the area to dry for at least 24 hours before tiling. This will depend on site conditions. The tray and walls are now ready for tiling.